Hello everyone. Well, the cleaner I'm about to show you today should have been featured in my recent Numatic week, but unfortunately at the time of making those videos the Henry XL that I'm about to unbox wasn't available. So this one has actually been supplied by Numatic for me, so I haven't paid for this particular one, and also of course the Henry Eco Numatic supplied, but all the other pneumatics in Numatic week I purchased myself. But this is another one that's been gifted to me, so full disclosure, I haven't paid for the vacuum I'm about to show you. So this is quite a new version of Henry. This is a big Henry. Now I've been sent it in this box, which you'd normally get pneumatic commercial cleaners sent in, so I don't know if the actual versions available in the shops. I know Argos sell it and you can buy it direct from myhenry.com as well. That might come in a different box, but it should be the same inside. Unfortunately, Henry is trying to escape during transit. As you can see, there's a pole sticking out, or the handle. Hopefully nothing else is wrong. Nothing's been damaged anyway. So let's have a look at this Henry XL. Stuck down, there we are. Right, here we go. This is Henry XL Plus instructions. Again, the instruction book you get when you buy yours, if you buy one, might be different to that. So you get quite a lot of tools with Henry XL that you don't necessarily get with a regular Henry. So here's the first thing, a dedicated hard floor nozzle, quite nice soft brushes. So that's just for hard floors. Next we get the standard carpet and floor nozzle that needs opening. Ah, that's different. That is different. They've changed it. It's got two small wheels at the back here instead of the roller. I wasn't expecting it to be different. So yeah, that's your carpet and hard floor nozzle. This is a bonus you get with the extra large Henry, the Aero Brush 140. It's got revolving brushes, of course, to help deal with pet hair, etc. Inside this green bag will be the 3 small cleaning tools. So we've got crevice tool, the adapter piece so you can connect any of the tools directly to the hose end, a dusting brush, and your upholstery nozzle with the slide-on brush. Next we have the hose, and I can take the top off there. Let's have a look. Right, there we are. 2 standard extension ones, and this is the part that was sticking out, the handle. It's okay, it's not been damaged. So this is the curved handle with the suction control. And another extra tool is this flexible crevice tool, ideal for the car and also ideal for getting down the side of your fridge or your washing machine. If you can't get your regular nozzle down there, you can get this long flexible tool. It's ideal for inside the car, in between the seats as well. So that's an extra crevice tool. So basically the extra tools you get compared to the standard Henry are these 3 extra tools here. Okay, time to get the beast out of the box. Here he is. Despite Henry XL being bigger, it still has a 620 watt motor but there he is. Okay, let's take a closer look at the new Henry XL Plus. So here he is, Henry XL Plus, model NRV 370. So basically he's just a bigger Henry with all the familiar Henry features, but in some cases you get a little bit more. For example, the mains cable on the Henry XL is 12.5 meters as opposed to 10 meters on standard Henry, and of course the capacity is bigger as well. So let's have a look at the bag inside. Take off the motor unit, have a quick look under there, and we get the standard filter that says do not wash on it, so you can clean it by tapping it, but I find these filters stay fairly clean as long as you use genuine pneumatic bags. Now with this one you do normally get a spare, but I haven't got a spare, I've only got one with this Henry XL. So here's the bag, and the bag is NVM2BH, so I think it is bigger than the standard Henry bag. And of course you've got the little flap, so when the bag's full, which will take quite some time for it to fill, when you remove it from the machine you can just close off that flap and dispose of the dirt hygienically. There's the inside. Always use Henry XL with a bag, don't be tempted to use Henry XL without a bag, and of course don't use Henry XL to pick up water. If you want a wet vac, you've got options such as the Charles, the Henry Wash, Henry Wet and Dry, or the George. Or there's other, of course, pneumatic cleaners in their range from their commercial models. So there we go, that's the bag. They're simple but robust cleaners, these. You'll be very familiar with this happy smiling vacuum if you've been watching my channel for a while, especially if you watched all of Numatic Week. So there we go, that's the filter, and Henry's motor unit goes back on the top there, and you just secure the clips either side like that, and he's ready to go. On the back we have extra space for the tool storage. Instead of just 2 slots on a standard Henry and a compact Henry, you get 4 slots to put 4 of the cleaning tools. So as you can see, I've got the dusting brush, the crevice tool, the adapter and the upholstery nozzle all stored on the back of Henry Plus. There's a parking slot here which enables us to park both the larger nozzles, so we can park the dedicated hard floor or the carpet and floor nozzle. So both the larger nozzles have this little bracket, so you can just pop the nozzle to keep it in position like that, so you can just park it if you pause your cleaning, or park it when it's in a cupboard. But of course if you've got both tubes and hose attached, you will need a fairly tall cupboard to store the Henry, but of course you can store it with all the tools separate. Just store Henry on his own with the hose and nozzles next to him. I'm about to pull out the 12.5 meter mains cable, so now's the chance. If you want to visit the lavatory or make yourself a cup of tea, do it now, because I may be some time. Yes, it's going to take me a while to pull out 12.5 meters of cable, which does mean the Henry XL can clean a very large area before you have to find a new socket. Ideal for use in the garage, ideal for use around the car as well. And you can get special car care kits that fit this model direct from my Henry, so you can extend the length of the hose, and so you can really get around even the largest car with Henry staying in one position. Carry on, come on. There, that's it. There we go. That's the 12 meter of cable out, so we can plug him in now. And I would advise, if you're going to use the Henry for a longer period of time, more than a few minutes, always pull out the entire length of cable. Okay, so in goes the plug. And when we plug in Henry XL, we can see, just about see, I've got very bright lights, but there is a red indicator to show that Henry is plugged in and ready to go. So just switch on Henry using this green rocker switch. And Henry does have quite a lot of suction power. So on goes Henry's hose. Let's locate it and twist. Okay, I've got Henry XL Plus set up for carpet cleaning. Let's see how this new style nozzle copes with my plush pile living room carpet. Now, a lot of nozzles just stick to this carpet, are very hard to push. So I'm not sure how this one is going to perform because it is a new design for this particular Henry. Okay, here goes. Well, I've used it for long enough to know that this, I'm afraid, I've got to be honest, this is not very good compared to the one that used to be supplied. I don't know if this is just for this model, but certainly on this plush pile carpeting you could probably see it was skipping, especially as I was pushing it forward. So if you have thicker or plush pile carpets, I don't recommend this new nozzle. Of course, you can buy the optional full-sized turbo brush, which will operate a lot easier on a thicker pile. It'll be a lot easier to push and will also help pick up things like pet hairs. I've got a short pile carpet though here in my hallway, so I'm going to try this nozzle on a much shorter pile. So yes, for shorter or medium pile carpets, this nozzle was fine. It wasn't hard to push, it was on maximum power, but it's a definite fail on my living room carpet. So if I was to use Henry XL Plus on a day-to-day basis, I would certainly have to change the cleaner head, probably for the full-sized turbo nozzle. Well, there you go, that's Henry's big brother, the Henry XL Plus by Numatic. Would I recommend this machine? Well, yes and no, it depends on your circumstances. If you want a vacuum cleaner for a regular weekly or twice weekly clean, then personally, unless you've got a huge house, I think Henry XL Plus is a little bit too big, bulky and heavy for everyday use. You're far better choosing a compact Henry or Hetty. Now, Henry XL Plus has a huge 15 litre capacity and an extra long 12.5 metre cable, so it is suited for larger homes or for bigger jobs. So if you're renovating a home, possibly Henry XL will be the cleaner that will help you pick up after all that DIY mess. Or if you want something that also will pick up liquids, you could go for the Numatic Charles or Henry Wet and Dry, and you'll see videos on those cleaners on my channel on my Numatic playlist. The main concern I've got about this cleaner is the introduction of this new style nozzle. Now, it looks very similar to the standard nozzle that Numatic provide with most of their cleaners, but it has changed, and I think it's a change for the worse. I don't know if this nozzle is exclusive to the Henry XL or if Numatic plan to launch it on all their cleaners, but personally, if they do, I think it's a bad idea. This nozzle feels cheaper than the nozzle you get with all the other machines. It skips along this deep pile carpet. The other nozzle that Numatic provide does actually clean this deep pile carpet on a lower suction setting, but this one does skip. It's good on hard floors and it's good on short pile carpet, but I think Numatic have cut some corners supplying this head. So personally, I don't like it and I hope I don't ever see it again. So that's my main negative. It's something I wasn't expecting to see with this machine. I thought it would just be the standard head, but no, it is a slightly different head. So bear that in mind. Mine might be different to the one you actually get if you buy yours from Argos or from my Henry, but if Numatic are supplying that with all of these, then it's a bit of a thumbs down, I'm afraid. Don't give many thumbs down to Numatic cleaners. They're made in Britain, which is something I like to promote, British made products, and it'll certainly last you a lot longer than many vacuum cleaners. But yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment, that head, for me. So as I said, if you want to look at some other Numatics in action, check out my playlist. And don't forget, if you don't subscribe, please do so. Click the bell icon and you'll be notified of all my uploads. So until the next time, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Henry XL Plus.